Yes, ma'am. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. It's August 23rd, and we're moving rapidly through the year. Pretty soon you'll be thinking about doing your taxes, OMG. And right now we're going to have a continuation, sort of like from last week. And Joel's going to help us out with that. He's going to handle today's lesson, which is going to be on bookmark management, and he's going to be doing it in his own unique way. So just relax and listen to what he has to say, take notes, but also remember that um, this is being recorded, and I'll have it out as soon as I'm able to after the call. Okay, so take it away, Joel.
Oh, being recorded. Oh man, I'm gonna be on camera. Oh no, I don't know if I want this recorded, but in any case, let's get this thing going. Okay, so let me minimize this, get my notes here. Trust the notes, there we go. All right, so as Tom mentioned, I'm gonna go over some bookmark management. And this is one of those things that you need to be consistent with because bookmark management can very easily, well, just plain old bookmarking can very easily get away from you. And if you let it go for a little bit, then you're in a whole world of mess, as I've discovered time and time again. All right, now um, as so since the beginning of the internet, everybody has struggled with keeping track of links, sources, and just plain old interesting articles that you'd like to read later. Okay, so bookmark management can help keep these organized. Now, even though every browser has some form of a bookmark manager, uh, many people still like to use the old fashioned way. As well, me included. Me, being when you sometimes you like to jot down the page URL. I'm gonna just share this on my screen. I should make it a little easier. Maximize this to a screen share. And yeah, let's share that. Okay. All right. So you can all see my screen and my notes here.
Yes,
Yes. You guys
sir.
say yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as I was saying, um, even though, like I said, even though every browser has some kind of book management, a lot of times people still like to go back to the old-fashioned way of just writing down the page URL or emailing yourself the link, or sometimes what I like to do because I'm just lazy is just leave the website or tab open for viewing later. Okay, so now these are simple techniques, but what happens quite often is you either lose them or you lose a paper or the email gets lost with all of your other emails, or unfortunately the one thing that happens more often than not is your computer decides to do a update, your browser closes, and then you lose that link, or it takes you a while to get back to it, right? Now, bookmark management is a great way to keep track of your useful or favorite sites and tools. Okay, but like I said, while bookmark management is great, it is something that we all need to stay on top of. Um, as once again, it can very easily become a pile of unorganized information or old non-working URLs. Okay, so I'm gonna there are extensions and a lot of bookmark management bookmark management tools you can download, but quite honestly, the bookmark manager included in Chrome is really as the best one I've actually come across, and it's actually very easy to use. I'll drag this over here. Okay, so let me just open up a new window here. So and minimize this here. Okay, so there are a couple different ways of getting to the bookmark manager. Okay, now as you notice along the top of my Chrome, I actually have on my bookmarks as well as folders. Okay. Now, if you don't have that, you just go to the little dots over in the right hand corner of your Chrome. Click on that, and then you go to bookmarks, and there's the little icon here where it says show bookmarks bar. Make sure that has a check mark. Okay, that way then you'll have the bar down here. Okay, and so going into each of these after you've actually added bookmarks, that is how you can access them easily. Now, if you've done that, I'm just gonna close the door here. Sorry. So if you've done that, then that's the easiest way to access them. Now, but if you have done like what a lot of us done is just added bookmarks into the bookmarks bar, then and so if yours looks like this, one of the things you can do is just kind of click on it, move it around in here, okay? Or the easier way to actually manage them is if you once again go into these little dots here, go down to bookmarks, and then go to a bookmark manager. Okay. Now I already have that over here, so we're gonna go over here. Okay, and then it's then again give you your bookmarks bar, and then all of your folders that you have in there. Now, as you see, I've had this for I've been using Chrome for a long time, so I have a lot of folders in here. Okay, so what we want to do is I've actually been working over the last couple of days of organizing my bookmarks. Okay, so let me show you what we can do. Okay, so as you see, this is in my daily folder. Okay, so I've actually named these to the best I can, so I know what's included in each of them. Okay, so a daily obviously is something that is links I'm going to use pretty much every day. Okay, so and then once I've created that, then I've then created subfolders of items within there. Okay, so one of the ones I've created is groups. Okay, so this in here is where if we go into this, so if you look in groups, daily and groups, then this now has the various groups I like to use. Okay, so as if you remember from last week, the easiest way to open up a multiple at one time is create the main groups, and then you want to right click on it and then just do open all six in either in a new tab group or in a new window. Okay, now, I'm not gonna do that now because I can do something else, but in any case, that's the easiest way to do that. Okay, so the way to organize it, when you've or like I have, I've been adding links in here, and I've been adding them to the best of my ability into the proper folders, but some of them have gotten away from me. So what you want to do from time to time is just go through here to see if there's any dead links or if you can move them around. Okay, so one of the ones that I see here is this one here, refer three wine club. So this is one we used to use with some of our other wine clubs with our previous wine club we were with. Okay, so if I right click on that and choose open in a new tab, we'll see that this is not us. Oops, is an error. Okay, so just close that and I'll go back to the bookmarks. Then we just right click on it and delete that. Okay. Now, so that's how to look for dead links. Okay. So another, I think another folder I should have in here is one called tools. Okay. So I'm gonna to add a new folders in here. Just want to go to the dots once again on the organized dots. Click on that and choose add new folder. Okay, so I'm going to add tools. Okay, save, and then we now notice if you look over here on the left hand side under daily, there's the folder there, or also it's also down here at the bottom. Okay, now one of the things to remember whenever you are adding bookmarks, it will always, no matter what, it will always add the URL or the bookmark to the bottom of the list. Okay, and that's whether you do it in here in the bookmark manager or just when you're just adding them using Chrome. Okay, so I'm just going to move this one up now and just click, hold, drag, move it up to the top here. Okay, and so one of the items I want to add into tools is a tool I use all the time, which is called a Jaxi, which is a keyword research tool. So I just want to add that. Just click and hold, and then just drag it into tools. Okay, we're gonna move this one as well, which is Google Analytics. We move that also into tools. Okay, this is another one. Bitly, which is what's that called? So essentially, this is for creating short URLs. Okay, so we're gonna move that also up to tools. Okay, and there's another one. Just drag that up here to tools. Okay, and so that's really how you do those two. All right, and so let's share. Oh yeah, so we wanted the other one. Oh, so then now if you see, I also have some other folders here already created. So we want to move this one to a photo sites. This one here. That's also photos, I believe. Yep. Okay. This is more tools. Okay. And then we see now this is a little more organized. There's not as much in here. We want to move this. GMass is also a tool. Tools. Okay, so that's that one. And then we see now this is now about another one in here. So this looks a little easier to read. Okay, so there. Okay, so there's that. So what one? So if we go down to a new tab here, and that was in daily. So now I'm going to daily, and then now we see this little tidy here. Okay. Now I think let's refresh this. So now it would be. I thought I moved that back into here. Photo sites. There we go. Move that to photo sites. Okay, now. So what had actually happened there is I dragged it, but instead of making sure that the folder was highlighted, it just had a blue line. So all that meant that it then moved it to that area where the blue line was, as opposed to in the folder. All right. Now it looks a little better. That was better. Okay. RoboForm also is a tool, so let's move that as well into tools. Okay. This one here, this is information. It's not something use daily, so let's move this. I'm gonna move it over here, probably to affiliates. Let's see what we got here. Do work with it. Put it into. Actually, put it in offer page ideas. Page ideas. Okay, so there we go. Okay, utilize affiliate programs. I will use daily, but okay. All right, so that's essentially how we do bookmark management. Now let me show you a couple of the tools that I use. So daily. Uh, so last week we were talking about advertising, and I had mentioned that some of the advertising sites you can advertise, but it has to be within a certain a radius. Being that I believe it was a 300, it has to be within a 300-mile radius. Now, one of the tools I found, which has been very handy, is back into here. I believe it's put under advertising. So let's see, how's my organizing coming? Let's see. I think it's under, I put under advertising, probably advertising tools. Smart is removed. Put it under. So I'm just going to do a search for it. Seems as though it didn't do very good. Let's do radius. There it is. Okay, so where is that? So that is. So one of the. This part's right away. Okay. So this is a tool that I use. And let's see if it's still working. Should be. Okay. So the way we use this tool, so this is old tool, but it still seems to work. So what you want to do, first of all, go to the United States. Drag here. I don't know my maps. Where is the US on here? Oh, it's over here. This is North America, right? And yep, okay. So here's the United States. Okay, so let's say we want to do some advertising throughout the US. So one of the advertising sites that is one where it says not to do duplicate ads is US net ads. Okay. So the way to get around, so the way that you can do duplicate ads is do it within a 300-mile radius. All right. So let's say if we zoom in here. So if we're going to advertise, for example, in Riverton, that's just one that I just chose out of the air. So we want to place a radius. Let's just do. Let's see, you can do the radius size. Let's do miles. 300 miles. Okay. And enter. What we can do then. So there we go. Okay, so you can then drag that around. So Riverton, so we can, or actually let's do Salt Lake City. So that. Salt Lake City. Okay, so that means then, so let's take this one here. Okay, so you see obviously here, so when we're advertising, you can, what we can do then, so if you're going to advertise in Salt Lake City, then it means then that if you're doing US net ads, which is advertising US net ads, it's classified here. Yes, ads here. Okay. So when you're advertising here, as a US net ads. Is this the one, or is it this one here? It's classified ads. Oh yes, classified ads. Okay, so classified ads is one that does not allow you to advertise duplicate ads within a 300-mile radius. Okay, so what I've done, so if you see some of my ads here, so these ads here, so I've advertised in Chicago, uh, San Francisco, and New York City. So those are within a 300-mile radius of each other or more. So we can let's have a look here. Make this another screen here, over here. Okay, so let's see if we can clear this now. I should refresh this page. Okay, so let's go with this. So this page loads. Okay, so it was San Francisco, which is all the way over here. Seattle, San Francisco. Reading, Seattle. Right down here. Okay, so see, San Francisco is right. That's not where to go. San Bernardo, Los Angeles. Who knows California? Where's San Francisco?
Go up, Joel.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, that's up more,
Right,
Fresno.
right there by Oakland.
Oh yeah, okay. Right in here, right? Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so San Francisco. So I'm just gonna do 300-mile radius, radius, and just click that. Okay, so so there's the radius there. Okay, so then the next one I did was Chicago. So that's like way over, right? So that's clearly more than 300 miles away. Chicago's like way over here. Illinois, Chicago. Let me draw this map. Okay, and Chicago. Nope. Chicago is Illinois. It's around here, right? It's right in here. Just Illinois.
Yeah,
Right there.
right, just your left.
There we go. Okay. So see there. So that's and then the other one now, New York. I remember when New York is what was it about we do New York? You see that? Okay, so that way now by doing that, you now see obviously this ad that I did here is, even though it's a duplicate, it's okay because they're well within the 300-mile radius. So I could even do another one around here, like even here, okay, and probably another one up here, right? So let's see, what area is that? Missoula, and the other one right in here, right? Nebraska. Oh, did I see Nebraska? Yeah, right there. Right. I could probably do in Nebraska, and I'd still be okay. I'd be okay still within the 300-mile radius. Okay, so let me put that in the chat. So that's a tool that I use. That's a great tool for that. Okay, put that in the chat there. Okay, and let's see another tool here. And what's this chat here? Okay, that's I think that's about all I got for you guys. I could go on talking about other stuff, but that's about all I got for you guys. Does anyone have any questions?
How about showing us how you put them in alphabetical order in your management?
Oh yeah, and bookmarks and yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So here you can do or sort by name, and sort by name, and that just puts alphabetical order. Yeah, I mean that that's another way of doing it, so it's easier to find them. I I've really never done alphabetical order. That's the for sure the easiest way to do that, but that's the way that you can then do that with each item. Now, I don't want to do that because I know my even though it doesn't look a lot organized, I know my organization, but
Right.
but
Yeah.
that's the way to do it. So that and now, but I believe each time you add a bookmark, it'll still put it at the bottom. And so when that happens, then all you gotta do is just go back into the bookmark manager, then just go to the upper right corner here and do sort by name. And then if you look, so this is the advertising. Which one is this here?
And that's also use those three
Advertising.
dots if you want to make a new bookmark,
Right.
a new folder.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah. And so if we see here now, so advertising copy. And so if you see here now, this is now by name. Okay. Yep. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions, instructors or students?
Thank you, Joel. I've been wanting to ask you this question for so long, and you just awesome. I've been needing it. What
Yeah,
you've
for sure.
trained on.
Thank you, thanks, Candace. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, I just see. I mean, it is definitely something that can very easily get away from you. I mean, I still have a lot of work to do in here to kind of get it to the point where I know exactly where everything is. But yeah, I mean, it's something. So just something that you need to work on regularly to make sure it doesn't happen. Okay.
Yeah. So when
Anybody
you
else?
when you're
Yep.
starting off, folks, you see he has all his folders along the top, so my drive and home and everything. And when you do these managements and you're starting off with a new folder, and again, that's how you do it. You go to the right three dots and you click on it, and it says Bookmark Manager. So that's where you manage everything. You click on that, and then you just go to the three dots within there, and you can click on New Folder.
Right
And
here.
when you do that, it will show up on the top of your screen, like all of his are up there, where it says, home, Google, what is in the beginning, V marketing, advertising. So that's where you'll see it. Then where he's at right now, when you get to a point where there's so many up there that you can't fit them all up, the two arrows next to the bookmark
Yes,
up
right
there where
here.
he's pointing to will show you the rest of your
Right.
bookmarks, and there you can rearrange it, or you can see where they are, and you can just click on it to bring it up.
Yeah,
But
and
remember,
then yep.
yeah,
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, when you bring up any of those already marked sites, open up a new tab first and then click on it. Because
Yes.
if you're on another site and you say, oh, I want to go over there, you go to your bookmarks and click on it, that'll override the site you're already on. And then you may
That's right.
forget, well, what was the URL that I was just on? Of course, you can
Exactly.
always hit the back arrow, but,
Yeah.
other than that.
Exactly. And as well, like, so if you have these organized up here a certain way, and then you think, you know what, there's another one I want here instead, what you can always do is go to these little arrows here, and then just drag these the same way you can drag them in here. You can also drag it up here along the bookmarks bar, and then drop it there, and then that now added life skills here, and then it essentially moved everything that was behind it down one, right? So now you see, right? So now that moves, right? So yeah, and so that's that. So, but like I said, I mean, the Google Bookmark Manager is very easy to use. There's really no need to add any other extensions, at least in my opinion. There's really no need to add any other bookmark manager extensions, because eventually, if you keep on adding extensions, eventually it's just going to get bogged down, then it's just going to make it Chrome not work as well or work
Slow it
slower.
up. Yeah.
Exactly.
hmm
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
can move any of those around just by holding down your left click on your mouse and dragging it left to right wherever you
Absolutely.
want.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that, right? Drop it down. Yeah, for sure. Rebecca has a question. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Okay, I'm gonna veer off from what you guys were talking about. I wanted to
Yes.
ask questions about tribes that Joel talked about before. And can you get your list, the templates of in alphabetical order, or it's just all mixed up?
Your templates.
When
Are you
once
talking
you
about?
once you
Go ahead.
create it,
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
can you arrange that alphabetically? Is there a way of doing that? I'm experimenting on mail vibes. That's why where the question's coming from.
Oh, you're talking about. Okay. You're talking about for Gmail, those templates? Are you talking about, let's open up tab here. Are you talking about the templates for, in here? Is that what you're talking
For
about?
Sending off emails and all that, and
Right. Okay.
and
Yeah. Okay.
it's long, it's very long, and then it would be easier to access it if it's in alphabetical order. And I've been trying to get it in alphabetical order, but it won't. So I'm just wondering if there's really a way to arrange that in alphabetical order.
You can't put them in alphabetical order in the Gmails unless you just renew it. Every time you renew it, it goes to the top.
Yeah.
One of the
in
ways
Gmails.
that I have compensated for that is we have about 9 scripts that we're using. So what I've done was I put number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 scripts. You know, the first one is number 1, like getting started, right? And then you go to the next one on the script, so the thing is, I did it and it was all nice and in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which
Right.
is not alphabetical, but numerical, right? After a
Mhm.
while, as you know, things get changed. And so we have to make little changes with our scripts. Doing that, it always goes to the first place, right? It always goes up. So number 8, let's say, is changed. And when we save it, the template, it goes all the way up to the first one. But when it has the numbers beside it, 1, 2, 3, and 4, then you'll still know in what order you want to go to it in your flow. Does that make sense?
Because I got all mixed up. I have the Spanish, I have the English, and all that.
Yeah.
Hard to kind of do it if it's all mixed up. So that's
Yeah. Yeah. So in mail vibes, there's not really a way to organize it other than like what Tom said, and just when you update it, it just moves at the top. Is the same with mail vibes or Gmail. Well, Gmail is not. Yeah, it's the same way with Google templates and mail vibes, that there's really no way to organize it alphabetically other than just updating it, and then it just moves at the top. Now there may be other. Yeah, from all of the template tools I've looked at, there's really no good ones that allow you to actually organize them in that way.
Yeah.
Now, for some reason, go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody else got any questions? There's just sure.
Yeah, Joel,
Yes, go ahead, Larry.
go back to your share and show us how to save a bookmark. Say, for example,
yeah.
go into
Sure.
your go into a Google Sheet or something like that, and show us how to save it into your bookmark.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, that's a good point because yeah, for sure. So let's just go into just go into here, for example. Okay. So yeah, sure. So let's go in here. So so this is a tool I use as well, which is a picture resizer. Okay, so in Google Chrome, it's actually very easy to add a bookmark. You see at the top here, there's a little star here. You just click on the star, okay, which is a bookmark this tab. Click on that, and it'll then give you a pop-up here telling you that the bookmark has already been added, but you can then give it a different name as well as choose where you want to save it. Now, if so, the way that the folder where you want to save it, the folder works is that it'll always only give you the list in here of the most recent ones you've used. So if the one you've used, or sorry, if where you want to save it is not in this list, all you do is choose another folder that'll then give you a list of all of the ones you have. Okay, and then from there, so this is a tool. So we're gonna go to, I believe I had under advertising and tools. Task. So let's see, advertising copy information. So this is actually a tool that I would use when I'm doing mass advertising. So I'm going to put it under advertising task, and then do a save. Okay, and then now, yeah. So so that's essentially, that is how you add a bookmark. Okay, and if you get lazy in adding bookmarks and you're just like, oh well, let me just add it here for now, that's where it can get away from you. So you just got to make sure that as long as you did a great job at the beginning in creating the folders, then it's not going to get away from you. And but just make sure every time you add a bookmark that you take a little bit of time, think about where you want to save it, and that's when you save it, so that it doesn't get away from you.
Yeah, definitely. It has to be logical, like
Right.
like something like this would be, you would want to have, I have that in my tools also. I have them in my tools, and in my tools I have like resizer, picture resizer.
Right.
And then you
Right.
put it into that subfolder. Now, if, like what Joel was saying, if you have it saved, but you know what the name is, but you don't know where it is, like you can say like Bella Vita, for example, then
Yes.
show them on your management, go into Bookmarks Manager,
Yeah. Right,
and
right.
then all you have to do is go to the search bar up there where he's at. See at the top,
Right
and
there.
like you can write in PIC, for example, for this that he just did, and all the thing you see, it comes right up, the first one.
Yeah.
Then you just click on it, and then it'll come up. So if you forget where you did save it, that's the way to find it.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly.
Again, make sure you're checking that out in a new tab, so it doesn't override the tab that you're already at.
So when you double click on it, it'll actually open it up in a new tab. At least the way the reminders as up will, but I mean, it's always a good idea to just open a new tab anyway. So the other way to do it is if you right click on it and then choose open in a new tab.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The other benefit of this is, and I've experienced it a lot, is losing your tabs because of your computer. The internet goes down, something happens as your computer gets older. This is going to happen more and more, and there's two ways to find it. Basically, I do use the history to get all the tabs back in, because that's in order, but this is another way that you can find a particular tab that you're using all the time. Just go into this tool management, go up to the search, and then click on it, and you'll notice that it has all the icons right there. And you can recognize the icons if even you don't remember what the exact text is. You can check the icons And that will give you an idea. And that is also separated by date, by days. So all the ones that come up first when you open management or history is our days, and
All
then
the
you
history,
go
right,
backwards.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
If
here
you
it's
show
just-
the history
right,
one there too, just click on history.
right.
And if you ever have that problem, this is another way of restoring where
Right.
you were at.
Right, yeah, so you see this, so, yep. And
Which is
yeah, so
coincides with the bookmarking, you know.
absolutely, yeah, exactly. And yeah, so like I was talking about I mean, if you've ever looked at his Chrome, he has it all laid out on the top here under colors and groups. So I did that as well, and then what happened is that my computer crashed and lost all those groups. So what I then got in the habit of doing then is when I created a group, I then right clicked on that group and then chose to bookmark all items in that group. So I then created a group for each of those. That way, if that happens again, I won't lose it.
Yeah, it's
You
just
just-
another way of organizing.
Exactly,
You have to
exactly.
find your own ways, folks, to organize. These are
Exactly.
suggestions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
whatever's
exactly.
easiest for you, it's just being logical. First thing you do is get your folder, make a folder that you know what it's all about. Like RRR folder or an RRR
Right.
tab, and put everything underneath it.
Right. And then yeah, so I mean, yep, exactly.
And
So, Joel, I have a kind of like a general statement here.
Okay, please do it.
So if everybody looks at Joel's bookmarks bar, the whole bar all the way across, he's got it organized to probably his most important
Right.
pages that is the most important to him first. So
Right.
if you notice on the bar all the way to the left, it says my site. So the whole thing about our community is your site.
Right.
So that's probably why he has my site there first. The second thing that is most important to him is probably his Trello boards. So that's why he has a second. And then
Yep.
all the way across, and then the first folder he has is his V marketing folder. That is probably where he
Yes.
has all his V marketing information. And that's
Right.
probably the most important thing for him
Right.
for working his business is the V marketing. And then so on and
Yep.
so forth. I don't know what's under this as a beginning.
That was what I
But-
created last week. So
Right.
that one is nothing. That was nothing. But yeah. But other than that, I mean, the rest of it's exactly right.
Right.
Or what I do. Yeah. Exactly.
So the next thing is advertising. He's got all of his advertising there next. So if you're organizing, you want to put your most important stuff on your bookmarks bar that you're going to be using all the time. Now,
Yep.
if he looks under other bookmarks all the way to the right, he's probably got a lot of bookmarks in there that is not as important
Right.
as his site or his Trello boards or things like that.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly right.
That's an excellent point.
Yep. Thank you so much. Yep. Thanks for giving that bit of information. That's exactly right. Yep.
Sure.
Perfect. Okay. Great. Do we have any more questions?
Since you're
Comments?
doing the organizing and bookmarks and everything, why don't you do what I just mentioned to you or have mentioned in the past about making special, and this is when you have Google Chrome, making a tab, a folder for the tabs all the way to the top, where you have shared folders, the inbox, the history. If you want to condense also in the tabs, Um,
You mean like
you-
the groups? You mean?
yeah. So
Yeah. So
just
I
pick
go
one of the
here.
tabs up on top. Okay, go to that pick. No, the tab, not the bookmark, all the way to the top. Yeah. So go over
There.
to, for example, pick resize.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, right click on that. And now
Yep.
underneath that, you can add a tab to a new group. So if you click
Right,
on
yeah.
that, you can make a new group. In other words, if you have more than one item page that pertains to one subject, like if you had 2 or 3 or 4 sites that change the size of pictures, you can put them all in there by simply right clicking on it and forming your own folder for the tabs.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's so as well the other way as well. So I like I said before. I mean, I actually created groups, and then added them into bookmarks. So even in here, so I got my V market. These are a little older, so they may not be quite as up to date. Oh no, actually, it's pretty up to date. So then you just right click, and you can now do open all 6 in new tab group. That, and then you see now there's my V marketing group, and these are all my tabs. These are all my tabs in that group, right? And
then you can you can name that group, and it has a one tab for, and it has them all in there.
Right. And then what you can do with that then is if you click on the V marketing group,
it's hard
there
to
you go.
see because the green screen is up there. It's blocking what you're showing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's put this down. Okay.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Is that a little better? Okay. So
Yeah.
the marketing group, if you see right now that this is now all of the tabs I have in the V marketing group. But if I now click on that V marketing group, you'll see that's now it makes it look a little neater.
And it gives you more space up there. There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same with this one here, right? Yeah, exactly.
As you get along, you'll be adding more and more tabs to the top. And like me, I got like 40, 50 tabs up there. And I said, and at some point it's going to go off the screen. You're not going to read them all. So this is a way to condense them. So you have a folder for the folders.
Absolutely. And so what I would actually recommend as well is when you do that, then right click on the name of the group, right click on it, and then click on it, and then what you want to do then is just right click on each one, and you can do bookmark. How did you? So what I would just recommend doing is do what I did, and just when you have the group, add those as a bookmark in a folder with the name of that group. And the reason why is because then if your Chrome crashes, you don't lose all of that work you've done, all the groups you've created, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Very good.
Yeah, the longer you're here, the more information you're going to be saving, and it builds up after a while. So you just want to, the best thing is to get organized right from day one. Start making your folders not only on your computer, but here in Google Drive. So you really have 2 ways of backing it up. So you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So it all boils down to organization and what's right for you.
Yeah, and a consistent organization. That's really, that's really important.
Any other questions pertaining to this? How are you doing, Jamie, with what we were saying today? So, huh?
No, well, I don't recognize the names of any of the folders you're using,
Right.
but I'm definitely not techie by any means, but I can handle a computer, so it's always a good refresher and as far as, I'm gonna be working with a lot more files and I'm gonna have to be a lot more organized, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And it's
Yeah.
good to have that pointed
Yeah,
out.
for sure.
I didn't realize it was quite to this extent, but I can handle it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a matter of just kind of doing it from the beginning,
Right,
and then just stay on top of it.
right, yes. So it was very good. Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
Any other questions, anybody? Yeah, everybody's quiet. That's good. Okay. Hey, Donna, is your microphone working yet?
Oh, awesome. It does evidently. So, Joel, that was great. Thank you.
Okay, I'm glad. Thanks. Yeah, you're very welcome.
I don't know why I'm having so many computer issues here. This is just, if I was a techie person, it may not be so bad. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Believe me, the
Well-
more you know, the more you have to know.
That's
Oh
right.
my
That's right.
gosh. All right, for you techie guys and gals, I that keeps dropping. Any suggestions?
What keeps
gotta be-
dropping?
The internet. It's got to be the computer itself.
Are you?
If the internet
are
is-
you,
Not necessarily if it's the
Are
internet
you-
dropping.
are you connected through wireless or through a cable?
Wireless.
Ethernet. Yeah. So it could. So I could go into a whole slew of ideas, but number one, do you know, are you using a 5G or a 2.4? Well, do you?
It
Yeah.
says
Do you know?
5G.
And then here's the next question. Then, are you near the modem or is it like on a different level?
I'm pretty near the modem.
So
Yeah.
a 5G works great, but you need to be right almost next to the modem. And so if you find the 5G is not working well, you can always change it to this that doesn't say 5G. So at least in my experience, anytime I've had internet, it'll always have the same name. So for example, mine is called Smart RG, so it'll be Smart RG and then Smart RG 5G. And so the one that's just Smart RG is just the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, which really, I mean, they say it's really is not as fast, but I find it is more stable. I mean, and really, unless you're really doing a lot of streaming and that kind of thing, you're really not gonna. It's not gonna make a big difference, and you'll find this is more stable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In
Thank you.
addition to that, what I do is I have it hooked up to my Ethernet cable.
Yes,
That will
100%.
make it speed up faster and get more direct.
Yeah,
I'm in a different room, but it's right next to it.
yeah, but you know, I mean,
I guess I could. Yeah.
yeah, because even still, if it is in the same room, by using a cable or a Ethernet, you'll find it'll be much more stable. It'll actually be faster as well. Because you see, using wireless, there are other devices in your home that also use wireless. For example, if you have a cordless phone, that also uses wireless. And then there's other stuff as well. These wireless, right? So it's not just your computer or your modem needs wireless. All these other devices do as well. So if at all you can use Ethernet, I would say use that.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
And you
guys.
want to make sure it's
Appreciate it.
secure too.
Exactly.
Your connection,
Exactly.
because other people in the neighborhood could be hooked up to you and they could be stealing from your energy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
They can
I
also
actually-
steal a lot more too, but we'll just leave it at that right now. But
Yeah.
we
I
want to
actually
be
have
secure.
I actually have 4 Ethernet cables going from downstairs upstairs to my computer, to the PlayStation in my son's room, my other computer up here. So
Yeah.
I mean, I use Ethernet because I know it's much more stable, and I mean, it's not going to drop the connection unless your internet drops.
Right. The
Okay.
last place I lived at, I had to buy about 150-foot Ethernet cable because I only
Yeah.
had one setup. It was in the living room, and I had to string it to the office, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it made
You-
a big difference.
Yeah.
It's faster.
Your Ethernet cable can be as long as 300 feet. Well, over that, but essentially 300 feet.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
For sure. For sure.
Okay,
Scott,
folks.
I got,
go
before you
ahead.
go, Tom, I got
No.
one statement.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you're an instructor and you have cards on the urgent board,
Yeah.
Oh,
please
yes, thank you.
remove them within 48 hours.
Thank you. Yes, I gotta do that too.
Okay,
Thanks.
there's your reminder.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Larry.
Now, the urgent board is referencing which boards?
The urgent board is when you get new PBS students.
Oh,
Go look on the urgent board, Tom, and make sure you don't have any cards on that first column.
Like, for example, Jamie. Jamie's a new student. Donna has now done the session and has removed her card off of the urgent board onto her own board. There's an example.
Yep. You're
okay.
official,
Everybody got
Jamie.
that?
It's official. Got it.
You don't have to worry about it.
I know.
Not yet. Not yet. You'll get
You
there, though,
will
Jamie.
eventually.
You'll get there. Yeah, you'll get there.
I have a feeling it won't be that long, guys.
All good.
No, she's here, so she's moving in the right direction already.
Yep.
Good
Exactly.
luck, Jamie.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the good work.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
One of the biggest things is to be on the calls so you can always be learning. Can never learn too much.
Absolutely.
And if it doesn't
That's right.
pertain to you today, which a lot of it won't, just take your notes. Sooner or later, you're going to need them.
I was gonna say I'm pretty darn sure it's gonna come up faster than I'm ready for, so it's all good.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
excellent. Okay, folks, I'm going to stop the recording.